It's episode 120 of the Everybody Mad Live podcast. It's Thursday. It's March 23rd. Also the 792nd day of the Biden administration. And I think it's our first official podcast of the spring. My name is Sid Lover.
What's up? I'm Kenya Kabine. We welcome everybody to the Everybody Mad Live podcast. We got a great show lined up for you all. Make sure that you join in with the conversation. You can leave your comments in the chat, or you can join us live in the video section that you see that link tree. Jump in on the conversation. We love when everybody does that. And right now we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and all other podcast platforms. If you're on YouTube too, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Sid is also letting me know that we are available on Twitch and Twitter. All right. So we're broadcasting live on all these platforms. So make sure you spread the word. Let everybody know that Everybody Mad is doing their thing tonight. Take these glasses.
Hey, our podcast is much better when people join in too, so you can always share your comments. The easy way, as Kenya said, the text. We already got some folks checking in. I don't even know what that pertains to, but
what's up, cousin Ray?
Checking in about that. So participate in the show because that
what's
helps
up, CC?
Understand what you're talking about too. But yeah, busy day, man. I ain't have a chance to prepare.
I know. So tell everybody what's going on. Ruth Carter was at the museum up there in Detroit, right?
Oh yeah, like we were ever so thoughtful in thinking to schedule her like months and months ago, right after this year's Oscar awards or whatever, and we were real happy to see that she became the winner and was announced the winner recently. It was a couple of Sundays ago, and we had her here, but she produced a phenomenal show. And it was cool. It's a part of the lecture series, but it wasn't really just her talking and lecturing, whatever. She actually took you through a journey of just her history and where it started from. She's an HBCU graduate, so she started at Hampton University. So she took us through there. She used to have an interest in being an actress, honestly. So that was her first interest in theater. So she took you through that journey of how she became the Ruth Carter fashion designer, because she started really in theater, wanting to be an actor, and then turned into not getting the part because, like we talked about, like the journey of a lot of actors in the field, like you get a lot of no's, and most of the time you gonna get more no's than you get yeses or whatever. Right. So she talked about that and how that turned into like, well, I don't have to be just the talent, I could be like designing for everybody or whatever. So like she made kind of lemons out of lemonade out of lemons based on that situation or whatever. So that's how she became, and then she showed us how like her creative journey, how she goes through even like Wakanda, like how she like traveled to Africa and how she goes through her research. How people don't realize like that, like we see all these glitz and glamour of like theater and acting and stuff like that, but it's a lot of research that goes into it. So she talked about just being a student of your craft and just like understanding that. So it was just real phenomenal, and I got a chance to rock the mic at the end, so people got a chance to ask questions of her or whatever. So it was real dope. I love kind of doing interesting stuff like that. So it was real dope being in front of living legend, you know what I'm saying? Because she did a lot of films. She started back at Do the Right Thing, School Days.
She was doing Spike Lee movies.
Yellowstone. She did all the Coming to Americas, both the sequel and the first one. She did Wakanda, both. So she did a lot of films that we don't even know about. So it was dope to have her back in Detroit. She did Sparkle right here in Detroit. So it was cool to see her back here in Detroit. But how's it going down in the A?
Man, everything is going good. Listen, shouts out to everybody over at the Gathering Spot. I'm a founding member of the Gathering Spot. It's a private club, kind of like a country club for the people out there that don't know, but it's full of just amazing creatives and entrepreneurs and individuals here in Atlanta. And they had their 7th year anniversary. So hung out with some cool people. Yeah. Hung out with some really cool people, had a real good time hanging out with them. And I love it because the networking there is it's just so dope when you come in and people are like, what do you do? That's normally like the first thing that people ask you. And then they say, well, how can I help you in your career? Or, how can you help me? It's just kind of like that exchange of networking, and it's building the network and the Black dollar in the community. And I just love it. So shouts out to everybody over at the Gathering Spot. Had a real good time at their 7th anniversary this past
week. You took me by there last time we went by there. Yeah, it was a dope little vibe too, because like it's like that little like it's all people of like pretty much close in age, but also all the people trying to do something, like people trying to get somewhere and trying to be positive about things or whatever. We got a gathering spot, what is it? Connected group in Detroit. I want to kind of do some stuff with them or whatever. But yeah, like I think it's a dope concept to kind of build on because like what's the worst thing that we can do is like not realize how we are all in this thing together, you know what I'm saying? And things like the gathering spot kind of makes us realize that like if we work together on collective things and like I support you, you got my back. I know somebody who can do this, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it helps us all kind of go forward or whatever. But I don't want to be preachy. Because we got a nice show.
Well, yeah, we got a really good show lined up.
Alex, trying to be preachy, Alex. Since I got on my
I know since you got on your shirt and tie and everything. Well, you look clean over there. But Seb, before we start the show, I know this wasn't in show prep, but I know that Uganda I see is trending right now, and I didn't add it to the show prep. Right now, news just broke that their parliament passed a law making it a crime to identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or queer, according to NBC News. This is going to be a situation to where violations under the law have severe penalties where people can actually be punished by death or they get 20 years in prison just for living out their truth. It's sad. And right now there's like more than 30 of Africa's countries are like this, where they say homosexuality is criminalized in more than 30 of Africa's 54 countries.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Man, I just don't know what to say. It's like, I wonder, like, do they have a law when people like molest children and like kill people? Because you're actually, oh wow, you put it up already. Said that's dope. Okay, so yeah, it's just crazy that people will be killed for living their truth, for just being happy, for not doing anything bad, but just being themselves.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah,
it's unbelievable. And I've been looking at some of the comments online, and people are saying, congratulating Africa. And
maybe I should go to the comments. Oh no, they're turned off.
You want to kill people for being who they are. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, because and like my thing is like homosexuality goes back to like the beginning of man, you know what I'm saying? So like I've always been of the mindset of like, I mind my business, you mind yours, because like I don't care what anybody does, because that doesn't affect anything what I'm doing. What I do shouldn't affect you, you know what I'm saying? Like the only time it spills over is when we're doing each other, so like why are we even having this discussion if we're not doing each other, you know what I'm saying? Like it's always been stupid for individuals to be in somebody's bedroom. I really don't care what you do.
I don't either. I don't care what anybody does, as long as you're not killing people, as long as you're not hurting kids, hurting animals. Like I don't care what people do behind closed doors. And what's so interesting is that there's some people in that room right there that are probably closeted homosexuals that can't be who they want to be because
look at her. Look at her.
I know. Look at her.
look at her.
Right. No, but I think it's real sad. I think it's really unfortunate because they are, they're unable to live their lives and be who they want to be. And again, this is a situation where you can be killed if you identify as gay.
Yeah.
Killed.
The Secretary of State speaking out against it. Here's his comments.
To reverse the gains that have been made in the fight against HIV/AIDS.
Well, I see some of the comments in our chat.
The bill is one of the most extreme anti-LGBTQI plus laws in the world. Human rights are universal. No one should be attacked, imprisoned, or killed simply because of who they are or whom they love.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I said.
The United States says that it is.
That's pretty much, my take on that too. I see Cousin Ray says this is not new for Uganda, unfortunately. So yeah, like again, this is
a lot of African nations are kind of like that.
Yeah, Uganda's been like this for years. Like that's just their thing. And again, this is how the majority of the countries are in Africa. So we're definitely praying for people down in Uganda and in those countries that are homophobic in Africa, because it's just really unfortunate that people can be killed for just being who they are. It's really unfortunate. It's
Well,
sad.
somebody mentioned in Florida, we're not there as far as killing people, but like we are there as far as
course, was for students in
gay,
kindergarten until the 3rd grade. But in the latest
it almost seems like there's a turning back of just whatever rights that gay people thought they had or whatever. So like it's like I don't get it. I don't get it. So like it's like Florida's using like the term of like, oh, we're protecting the kids, like they're trying to use kids as like the prime bait on that. Africa's trying to say like the HIV/AIDS epidemic, like notwithstanding the fact that like you ain't spending enough of your money on stuff like that, like you're spending enough of like a lot of African nations got troubles. Yeah, like we love Africa, like they are brothers and sisters, but like they got some problems. Like they got some problems, just like a lot of other European nations, where they're like monopolies that are in control of those particular countries, or like countries are controlled by like families, or like they got pseudo democracies. Well, yeah, okay, they vote, but like, is it really a vote? You know what I'm saying? So like they got some issues over there too. Like, that's one of the reasons why like I want to go to Africa, but like I ain't just so like towing that line. Like even though I work for an African American museum and we sponsoring a trip right now to Africa or whatever, like I'm not just on the bandwagon. Now I do think I want to go to Nigeria and like some other places, but like
So I've actually met a nice young lady this past week, and she was from Nigeria, and she was saying how I need to come. Everybody says Nigeria is like a must if you are going to Africa.
Yeah,
that's the country that you really have to go to.
Yeah.
But again, just prayers are going out to everyone, because I just feel bad. My heart goes out to people out there that can't really live their truth.
20 years.
Yeah. Yeah, they're scared. Comments, going to the comment section. What's up to our sister Adrian? What's up, Adrian? She said, so basically they want them to hide. Wow, definitely won't get rid of HIV. I'm pretty good on anywhere over there. So that's what Adrian said. And that's probably that's the consensus of like a lot of people here in America. They feel the exact same way. So we're going to keep you all updated. Again, we appreciate you all checking out the Everybody Mad Live podcast. Now, besides that, we just, broke that news, but we have stuff that we're going to talk about from your favorite R&B groups that need to come back to this new show that everybody's talking about called Swarm on Amazon Prime. This show is so good. We're going to tell you why. So hold tight for that. Plus, we have other trending topics too. You said, what's that?
Is it good?
It's real good. It's excellent.
Let's talk.
Well, we'll talk when we get to that segment.
Yeah, let's talk. That's why I said let's talk.
Okay, we'll talk when we get to the segment. So we're gonna debate that, because Sad clearly doesn't like the show. So
I ain't like it because I ain't even finished it.
Oh well, then you really don't have an opinion then. You can't.
How can I not have an opinion? I can form an opinion, and my opinion can evolve if I wanted to.
But you didn't finish the show.
I can have a gut reaction. I'm allowed to that. Everybody has an initial reaction to everything.
Okay.
And maybe that's where I am. You might be further along. Have you finished the series?
Yes. It's only 7. It's only 7 episodes. It's real short.
I've only watched like 2.
Yeah, it's only 7 episodes. They're 30 minutes long. We're going to talk more about that, but let's just go ahead and kick everything off because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about what's going on with Trump this week. A Manhattan grand jury, they decided, a Manhattan grand jury, they've been listening to all this evidence about Trump's involvement with hush money payment to a porn star, but they didn't meet yesterday, suggesting that an indictment for Trump would come any day now. Criminal charges against Trump have been anticipated since at least last Saturday, when Trump, with no direct knowledge, declared on his social media platform that he was going to be arrested on Tuesday, but he didn't. And his explicit call for unrest, though, really had people scratching their heads and being like, yo, are we bracing for another June 6th situation, Capitol riot? Yeah. You said, what's your thoughts on this, bro?
That nigga broke. he just used that to like as another way to start, because like there's another Republican candidate that's in the field right now that's beside him, and that's that dude from Florida. Did I just use the N-word live? My bad.
Yeah. And you called a white man that too.
Well, because I don't think that is necessarily like, I think anybody can be an N-word.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I say it all the time. I use nigga frequently on the show, so you know.
Right, but like it's just a fundraising ploy. Like because he's trying to circle the wagons. There's another sheriff that's starting to get some play, and also millions of those dollars that he was starting to get into his coffer. So like now he's trying to rally the troops a little bit back around him, so that people can kind of remember, oh yeah, like it is Trump, because everybody's about Ron DeSantis now, because he's in the news with all that stuff that Republicans love to hear. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah,
nah, we ain't gonna have another January 6th, because they know now what's gonna happen with the January 6th. Like people ain't gonna be taken aback by that. You know what I'm saying? Like people are going to realize like what's happening. I think with this announcement, they pushed the grand jury back. The grand jury started resuming their talks today, so they're back on schedule now, or whatever. So like he was just using that to get some sympathy, to raise some money right quick, or whatever, get people to rally their troops around him, or whatever, and that's it.
Right.
But like, ain't gonna be no January 6th, because like they scared to go to jail. People's going to jail for that.
Yeah, they are. Well, my cousin Ray said that he was never going to jail. It's all theater. That's what he was saying. That first comment. Yeah. I don't know. I think that he might get a little jail time this time. I would hope so. We'll see what happens.
I do think he's closer to jail time now than he was ever. But so like I think it is kind of circling in and getting closer on him, and I think that's part of what that was to me, is that like it was because no one knows when they're going to be arrested. I don't care if you are like the former president, like you don't know when you're going to be arrested. Right. Like, hey, FYI, folks, hey, I intend to be arrested. No, you don't. Like now you can schedule a date to turn your ass in. You can do that. hey, I will be reporting myself. I will be turning myself over to the authorities. But like it don't work the other way around. So like I already knew that was stupid. I knew Tuesday was gonna come and it was gonna go. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm sure that raised him a little bit of cash in the interim. You know what I'm saying? The guy got his name back in the news or whatever. He did get people talking his praises back again, which is his people in Congress right now. You know what I'm saying? So like he got a little bit of benefit from it, like as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it's for. And like I'm right there with Ray. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just bluff.
It really is. Well, leave your comments again. We definitely want to hear your thoughts on what's going on with Trump and anything that's political right now in our country. Just let us know. You can leave your comments with the Everybody Mad Live podcast. Now, keeping things moving, New Edition celebrating 40 years in the music business, and this week they were on the Sherry Shepherd Show talking about their success and their longevity in the music industry. Here's a clip.
So Johnny, this show, what's different about this show?
We just have gotten more pain now. We wake up.
You can too.
Use a little more Bengay. I mean, you know. No, we did some things different. We went back in the catalog and brought out some songs that we haven't done in years.
Yes.
Just to, we wanted to just make sure that everyone leaves there after 40 years, understanding the history and enjoying that and taking them on a ride that I think everyone leaves there enjoying. So we think a mission's accomplished.
We brought Guy out of retirement.
You brought Guy out. You brought Tank out. You brought Keith Sweat out. All of the icons. And then you came out. Now, this is so funny because Ricky, everybody is of a particular age here. You on stage, you jamming like you. I don't know what you talk about, Bengay. Y'all was jamming like nothing was going on, like you were 20 years old. So what's it like touring later in life and doing this?
I was 15 when we did our first tour, right? I'm 55 now. You know what I'm saying? And you know what we do to prepare? Like a week before opening night, we're running the whole show like 90 minutes, 2-3 times a day. So we just really push ourselves in rehearsal so that by the time we get on stage, we could just have fun.
You can tell you're having fun.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, they look good. They really look good. Them brothers, I know they stay in the gym. They have to eat right. Just imagine that's a grueling tour.
Bobby don't stay in the gym, and you know that.
Bobby doesn't, of course. We all know. I was just about to say, with the exception of Bobby, because Bobby is always trailing behind the dance moves and can never
always.
Never Bobby can.
And
never,
he was the one. He was the dancer. That's so disappointing.
Yeah, well, you know all that. All that, the booze and drugs from back in the day took a toll.
More than that.
Yes, it's taking a toll on him for real. Bobby, Adrian said, Bobby been struggling, and that's real right there. Bobby been struggling, but we love New Edition. So it kind of brings us to like a topic like what group from back in the day would you like to see come back? Because as you heard, they brought back Keith Sweat on this tour, Guy, which was going to be like one of my people I was going to say I would love to see come back, but I know that he's not here, said, but I'm going to tell you who I would love to see come back. I mean, I know it can't happen because one of
the. Are you talking about groups? Or are you talking about individuals?
Groups.
Okay, groups.
So group, I would like to see, but it can't happen because Gerald Levert's not here. But I used to love Levert growing up. I used to love Levert. I used to think that I used to love "Baby I'm Ready" used to be my favorite song. So
that was a dope
I would
song.
love to see, that would be dope to, if Gerald Levert was alive to see that.
Yep. Groups. Okay. Well, they're back together, I guess. Drew Hill. I love Drew Hill. And maybe I just say male groups because I was just thinking about that just the other day or whatever. Is that we don't even have male any sort of groups at all. Like that's one of the great things about like growing up in the 90s and the 80s or whatever. Like we actually had boy groups and boy bands and all that or whatever. So that was dope or whatever. So I would say Drew Hill, Jodeci is always on that list. I'd like to see them back there. And I know they try and do things or whatever, but I know Casey and JoJo, like their voice is not there or whatever, so they can't do that. Tony is one of my favorite groups of all time.
That's what Adrian said. I would love to see Tony come back. And Troop
I
too.
would want to see. I know they do stuff or whatever, but like, I'd like to see like the original In Vogue back together.
I would love to see the original In Vogue. I don't like the trio that they have right now. Like I want to see Maxine and Dawn come back to the original Terry. You said what? Yeah, I said Troop. Yeah, because Adrian said Troop. And I love Troop. I used to love Troop back in the day. Mamacita. I used to love that song. That was my joint back in the day. Tony, of course, after 7, 702, 3, not 357, 357, get loose. Juicy got him crazy. I used to love that right there, Adrian. I'm gonna play that when we go to the cabin. Yeah, so there's
definitely music days too. Like who's gonna be in charge of music? What days and stuff?
Oh yeah, we got to do that. Yeah, we got to do that. But
those are some groups. Like I know who else?
Total?
Destiny's Child. Like I think everybody wants to hear another Destiny's Child album.
I'm okay with not hearing a Destiny's Child. I'm okay. I don't have to. I mean, but to help Michelle, I would like to, see them come back to help Michelle's career. I love Michelle.
Next time,
that's not a jab or anything. I love Michelle, but I'm saying just to keep Michelle relevant. I know she had a Lifetime movie and everything like that, but I just like Michelle to just do Michelle stuff on her own without anybody.
Right, I feel it.
So I don't necessarily have to see Destiny's Child come back, but if they do, it'll be great because then Michelle will have something going on, So
right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what group I do want to see back together?
Who?
Xscape. Damn, Xscape.
Oh well, I mean, Xscape. They're already back.
Damn. Come on now.
Well, I mean, we know that Xscape is trying to get back together. They're trying to get it together.
We see.
And we see this playing out on this reality show that we're all watching right now, the Xscape SWV reality show, which is on Bravo. If you all have not seen it, you got to check it out. It's probably one of my favorite reality shows out right now because what's happening is that these two girl groups from back in the day that have experienced major success, both of them on both sides, they are trying to come together to do a tour and hit like all these cities, and they're trying to do a tour. But the most recent thing that just recently happened is that Kandi is saying that Xscape needs to headline instead of SWV, instead of both groups co-headlining together, Kandi says that the groups should really just split off and that Xscape should be the headliner, which means they would
can't even get to a tour. You said tour. They can't even get to a tour. Like that's why it like actually like they done boiled it down from a tour. Now they just trying to see if they can just do one date, like a test date, a test run to basically see or whatever. And like it don't look like it, but like Kandi think that they should get more money. We got video of Kandi and what she
said they do 50 shows a year. It's just about we got to maintain the fees that we get. Another example, I don't want to speak on exactly what their fee is, but at the time, our fee was 3 to 4 times what their fee is. So why would we agree to split our fee and split in half? Then that means we are lowering what we get just so that they can say they felt comfortable. You get what I'm saying?
Well, she was okay with. Sounds like she would have been fine with you guys getting paid.
No, because I heard them say on there something about, so y'all don't want to split equal or something. Okay. It was about multiple things. I love SWV. I think SWV is amazing. But even if you sold the most records back in the 90s, it's about who.
That's shade.
Means that you have oversaturated the.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, so I guess she's just saying that it's about who sold the most records and everything like that. And it's, I don't know, like even like when watching the show, I didn't realize that SWV came out before Xscape. I always thought that Xscape came out before SWV.
No, like, and they're older because like everybody on like Xscape is it might have been maybe 5 years apart. Like Xscape is all younger than SWV.
I think Xscape came out. I gotta just Google this while I'm on the phone with you right now because I really think that Xscape came out first.
They didn't.
I say that because I remember they were doing their thing when I was in high school.
Well, then maybe you're talking about down in Atlanta. Like certainly they were together as a group or whatever. But like, when did they release their first big hit?
So their first album came out in
like the mid 90s, right?
It came out in 1993, and Xscape and SWV's first album came out in
89, 90.
No,
90?
Let's see. SWV's first album came out in
SWV's first
1992, 1 year before. Yeah, I see. Okay, Juan, thank you, bro. Okay, all right, I stand corrected. I think this is what I think. This is what I'm gonna say, and you all can chime in on this right here. If they got this reality show together, where they're both, top billing on this reality show. It's not Xscape featuring SWV reality show. It's both of them together, and they're trying to come together to do this tour. Then why can't they just both co-headline together? If you're doing the reality show together, and everybody's done what they've done, I think they should co-headline together and not make it, Xscape getting more money than SWV. Everybody should get paid the same amount of money, and I think that SWV needs to be getting more, and they co-headline together instead of Xscape being the headliner. And I love Xscape. I'm team Xscape all day, but I'm just saying.
I thought you would be on the other side, honestly.
No.
Because I am. I'm on the side on this. Like I initially when I was looking at the show, just like you and Adrian said, I think it should be a 50-50 or whatever. As far as name or whatever, like he was talking about that and talking about that or whatever. Like I do agree, it should be because like a good promoter will have SWV and Xscape on half the stuff, or Xscape and SWV on the other half of the stuff or whatever. Like there are ways to kind of make sure that it's even out, and you got co-headliners or whatever. And then I think with the idea Taj and Tamika had, to where like they're intertwining within songs and stuff like that or whatever. Like that to me is a co-headliner. But like if it's just gonna be the SWV show and it's just gonna be the Xscape show or whatever, which like is, I don't know if it's gonna be or whatever. Like we perform as a group and y'all perform as a group or whatever. We come together, whatever. I see what Kandi's saying, because like if we're making if we're charging 75 grand per show and you're only charging 25 grand per show right now, why should we come down in this pot? Because we gonna make y'all richer, and we got 4 members. We already got problems. Now we gotta make this shit split even more.
Well, then Xscape's managers, they're not doing what not Xscape's, but I'm sorry, SWV's managers not doing what they're supposed to be doing, because if they're only getting that 20 grand a show and they're splitting
and
it
that's hypothetically or whatever. Like that's
right.
Like those are not exact figures or whatever, but they're kind of like the approximate sort of like values of it or whatever. What
SWV should charge more. They should. Their managers should go get more money, and they are worthy of $75,000 per show.
SWV should sign up on a tour, just like SWV, just like Xscape did or whatever. Like I know a great promoter who's from Detroit, who actually put on that Xscape tour. He did the Mary J. Blige tour. He did the Alicia Keys. Like he does. So like there are people out there who could help SWV, but Coco don't want a tour.
No, Coco's just on the whole 50-50 thing. You know, she's like, she's not for the shits. So she's like, yo, you know, I just want this to be 50-50. That's what Coco wants.
Here's another clip from Kandi.
It's just the business part of it. I think that she's making.
So wait. Nah. So the business meaning you all want to be paid more than us.
What I'm saying is, like, say for instance, like when you see 2 people on a situation together and that person's name, whether that person got first on the title or their title is a little bit larger, whatever, we already know how that goes.
So it could be Cole, but you want a bigger letter, is what you said?
Okay, so what we...
No, but I think like like it should be co-op. That's what y'all doing. But if y'all gonna perform as like as SWV, we gonna perform our songs and Xscape gonna perform it. I don't want to bring down my rate just so I can have an opportunity to perform with you.
I get that,
and like that's fair to me from what Kandi and Tamika is saying and Tiny's saying about like, no, let's not bring on our rate because we already got 4 mouths to feed anyway, and y'all asking us to bring on our rate just for the honor to kind of co-do the show with y'all.
No, but no one asked them to bring down their rate. They didn't ask them to bring down their rate. They're just saying let's go. They just want to co-headline together, and maybe SWV's rate just needs to go up to 75.
No, what I'm like what I was saying is like if a concert promoter like back in last fall or whatever decided to book SWV and Xscape for a show and bring them to Detroit or whatever, like that's what Kandi was saying or whatever, and those on that particular like it would have cost them more to bring Xscape into town than it would SWV into town.
Yeah, SWV, they require more. Now, here's what Juan, my cousin Juan, shouts out to Juan. What's up? Juan said, okay, they do charge more. They came to the university here. It was well over 25K. Understand that they don't bring bands.
I'm just using hypothetical. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so understand they don't bring a band. They operate off of tracks, so that's why they keep the funds just to them. But Xscape, I see, Xscape has the background dancers, all that kind of stuff. So I get that, and like Kandi said that she made that clear on the show too. So it's just kind of interesting. By the way, you all got to let us know what your thoughts on that, because Adrian, I see your comment that you said that Latasha's husband is a mess, and he really is. We talked about him last week. He's bringing. I'm telling you, he is going to be the demise of Latasha, and she needs to wake up. I'm telling you, she needs to wake up, because the word on the curve down here in the ATL,
the word been on the curve
is that he's been getting it popping in these streets.
The word been on the curve. The word doesn't reach the curve all the way where I be.
Yeah. See. Nah.
That's sad. But Kandi was also into it. Like not only was she into it this week with SWV, but she was into it. And I didn't understand why Tamar had to get into it.
Right. Well, the situation with this is that Tamar was recently on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And when asked about a housewife that had beef with her, she kind of hinted around but didn't really say what it was. And then she just said it was Kandi. And their beef stems back from a situation to where Carlos King, the king of reality shows, that's what he self-proclaimed king of reality shows, said this thing. Well, he actually tried to take the Xscape story and sell it to TV One. So that's when
a clip of Kandi explaining that.
Okay.
Carlos is the one who stole my group's life story and sold it to TV One. And for that, I just can't get past it. He had been working with us that entire season on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. That last year he was with us. Him and Todd had already had some like little issues, business issues, because they were doing a production company together. So they already had some things they had dealt with personally. But, we was trying to move past that and still work together on the show.
Oh, sorry. There was another clip. Yeah, the clip ended, but yeah, it's weird. But
Tamar made a comment pretty much on that, saying that she wasn't taking any sides because she felt like it was more
up and act like you're going to do an interview about all these groups in the 90s just to try to dig up information on her group. Like, that is a little... You got to watch out for reality TV producers.
Yeah, that's shady baity, but something in the milk ain't clean. I don't know. I'm not totally convinced that that's what it is. I don't know. I want to hear from Carlos because I want to know the king.
And and you will get it to you because I think y'all good Judies too, if I'm not mistaken, huh? I mean, y'all was on the show Kikiing.
I just recently met Carlos. I'm just like me and you, Kiki.
Yeah.
Hi, Kiki.
See, Gary was
people that are still alive. We saw recently with the Mike Tyson joint on Hulu, which is great, by the way. I hate that he doesn't support it, but you got to do things right when these people are alive and you telling their story.
Which is why I don't agree with her calling him a thief. You know what I mean? I think that's a little, off the deep end.
Well, what would you do if somebody tried to do this to you and your sisters? They tried to tell your story without your permission.
Well, okay, so here was the thing. So my sister did a biopic, right?
Okay.
And I feel like everybody else was involved, but I had nothing to do with my character, and I was in my feelings about that.
Okay.
But everybody else was involved, so that's a different kind of thing. So you really don't want nobody telling your own story. Right. But at the end of the day, I just feel like there are all the time unauthorized, versions of people's lives, and this is just a part of being an entertainer.
Yeah. It is a little shady to call her mom up and act like you're going to do an interview about all these groups in the 90s.
Obviously, I want to...
Well, Tamar did say she just pretty much contradicted herself because she said she would feel some kind of way if somebody tried to take her story, and that's what happened. Carlos King allegedly sold the rights of the Xscape story to Xscape, and took it to TV One. That's what he did. So I don't understand what Tamar is backtracking because she's cool with Carlos. They good Judies. They real tight.
They Kiki.
They Kiki.
Yeah, so she was explaining a little bit more on it.
What's really going on in the press because, I feel like I've worked really hard on myself and I can't help if somebody asks me a question, and I can't help the chains of events that actually really honestly truly happen. Now, this really all started, okay, everybody knows that I'm on Dish Nation now, right? And this really all started from a YouTube that Kandi put out about whatever the issues they had with Carlos King. And I was asked about it. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like these other reality people. I'm a real bona fide 5-time Emmy nominated journalist.
Oh, really?
Difference. So for me, I am not comfortable publicly saying or calling someone else a liar without knowing the legitimate facts.
Okay, Tamar. So Kandi was pissed off at this situation, and apparently Kandi threatened Tamar. Todd got into the situation. So I think we have a clip of what someone
I your bathing suit? Is that your overbite?
That's what Kandi posted.
One of you will be the drowning victim.
Is that your bathing suit? Is that your overbite?
Now one of you will be the drowning victim.
I'll be the victim all your life. Help me! I'm I can't swim.
Tamar says, I am the victim when your man steps to a woman. Sounds like an abused woman to me. See nothing wrong with that. I hope he's not beating your ass. I pray for your healing.
Tamar just wants some relevancy because she just got this new little fiance going on or whatever. She got to promote the show because I think it just came out on one channel and that's about to come out on the main channel. I mean, the only thing Tamar I think was right about was, I'm not even gonna say that.
What?
She called Kandi the worst sounding member of Xscape or something like that.
Why would y'all say that Kandi can sing though?
She can sing. That's what I was telling somebody. Like if Kandi Burris can't sing, then Toni Braxton can't sing, or some of her sisters can't sing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Kandi is a good singer. Everybody's always like Kandi can't sing, but Kandi really sung a lot of the majority of those songs on the Xscape's album. Y'all can't forget that. Juan, you crazy.
Lead on the song. Like you wouldn't be able to do Xscape without Kandi. You can do it without you can do it without one of the Natasha girls, but you cannot do it without Kandi Burris. You need Kandi Burris in Xscape.
Yeah.
But like if you don't have Kandi Burris, like you don't have your lows, like you don't have your like you don't have nothing that's your foundation for your sound. Like you need that low that Kandi brings to the group. Like you don't need everybody singing alto and soprano.
Look what my cousin just posted.
Somebody said Billy Goat.
Anybody
Kandi rounds that group out like she rounds the sound out.
I love Kandi. I love all my girls from Xscape. You know, Latasha's starting to be a little bit shady lately, but yeah, I mean, I think that they all just combined together. Their voices are magic, you know. So anyway, that's the latest what's going on with them. And Kandi is saying that that's not necessarily the case. Tamar and her new fiance, they claimed that Kandi and Todd did threaten her. So I mean, I believe her. I believe Tamar. I know Tamar's extra, but you don't believe her. I love Kandi, but Kandi said that she did have words. Kandi said that she did have words, so they had words. They had words, and old Tamar coming from her old holier than thou, whatever. Like Tamar, like let's not forget that Tamar is like the spoiled Braxton. She's the youngest child. Tamar is also the one that got Iyanla upset. Like it takes a lot for like Iyanla to lose. She made her own mama like Miss Evelyn's like, now wait a minute. No, wait. Like she made her mama do that in front of Iyanla. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like hell no, I ain't believing nothing Tamar said. Yeah, Kandi said that she stepped to her. Yeah, like obviously, like if that's your, like some people feel some type of way about people doing things to their wives, whatever. I ain't saying what Todd did, but I know Todd ain't, because like worse things have come from them housewives that are around Kandi than what Tamar said or whatever. So like, nah, he ain't said that he gonna physically do anything. Like he was just also in that situation, and Tamar it just exaggerated how it made her feel. Tamar gives me like that white girl sort of like tear, like I'm a cry sort of thing, whatever. Like she's activating that sort of. No, Tamar, we don't believe you, and no, there's nobody trying to no Todd Burris or can't what is Todd last name? Todd Tucker. Todd Tucker.
Todd Tucker did not try to attack you. It probably felt uncomfortable, but no, ain't nobody said that.
You're right. I do agree with you. That's a good way to put it, Seth. I'm glad you said that, because I agree, because I do agree with you. Tamar, she could be real extra read all about it. She could be extra read all about it. She should be on that show extra.
Yeah,
she really can. Well, definitely leave your comments. Let us know your thoughts. Everybody Mad Life podcast. You could also follow us too. We are on the gram. We're everywhere at Everybody Mad Live Podcast. Spread the word. Tell everybody that we got it on and popping tonight. Now, look,
Hey, also, if you're following us or you're watching live on our YouTube page, follow the channel because that helps out the algorithm. Because we got
please do.
Artificial intelligence creatures on it. So appreciate you listening to us or whatever. So now, can we talk about what I've been trying to talk about since the beginning of the show?
Yes, let's talk about this show, y'all. It's this show that you gotta watch if you have Amazon Prime. It is so dope. It's called Swarm.
Let's actually show the trailer so that it kind of resonates with people.
All right,
that makes sense. Oh no.
Well, while you do that, I'll set it up. It's a psychological thriller / horror. Malia Obama actually did some writing on this right here. She's one of the writers. It's directed by Donald Glover, starring Dominique Fishback. It's so dope. It's about a stan of Beyonce-like character by the name of Naja. And this woman is just infatuated with her, and the infatuation turns deadly. Check this clip out right here.
If I got to do her makeup, I wouldn't be able to touch her face. My hands would be shaking so hard. You still tweeting from that old ass Swarm account?
Mm-hmm. She is not like everybody else. She knows what we're thinking and she gives it a name. She's a goddess.
With your feet on the air and your head on the ground.
I gotta grow up, Trey. I can't stay here with you.
Why are you doing this to me?
I had to ask you to leave.
Try to strip and spin it.
What do you think she's doing right now? Who's your favorite artist? You're a killer bee. Part of the swarm. Talk about Naja. You get stung.
They are not your friends. Those are some crazy ass fans.
This is feeling a little bit sketchy.
You know, I always knew you were gonna be something. I was like, she's so weird.
You got a spare in the trunk.
No! Damn, you got a dead body in there or something?
What happened to the clip? You finished it?
Curtis. You have to meet her one day. Promise me.
We will. I promise.
Yo, you all got to check out Swarm. It is available right now on Amazon Prime. Now, I'm going to tell you why I like it. The cinematography is amazing. The acting, Dominique Fishback, she is one to watch. She's definitely, her performance was award worthy, in my opinion. The storyline was amazing. It's so dope. You all have to check this show out. And I don't want to ruin anything. I'm just telling you that the girl is crazy and plays crazy very well. Be on the lookout for cameos from Billie Eilish, plays and did a really good job, and said you haven't made it to her episode yet, but her episode kind of brings it all together. Just the backstory of the main character. It's really good. Chloe Bailey's in it. Again, Donald Glover, he's the director. Be on the lookout for a cameo from Paris Jackson. I didn't even realize Michael Jackson's daughter's in it. Didn't even realize it. It's really good.
Yeah, Paris really Jackson. Good. So Malia Obama is one of the writers. This is her first time writing. I didn't even know she had an interest in that. So it's kind of dope that she's finding whatever that she's looking for as her lifestyle and career choice and that sort of thing. But
yeah,
she had a lot of comments from people talking about how it was. Chloe talked about how it was fun and exciting to get to run into her because she had a long history of knowing or meeting Mrs. Obama and having a relationship with her. So she had felt like they were family in her head. So she looked good, actually.
Yeah, Chloe's gorgeous, man. She is gorgeous, and she did a really good job too. So, said now, what's your take on it? Because it's
weird and dark. Like you know, I don't like a lot of darks, and I watch it and I see a lot of parallels, and I'm just gonna say it like it just I don't know. Like it seems like it's like I don't know. Like it's a lot of social commentary and like. Sometimes like I get stuck in that and then I miss missed part of it trying to connect the dots or whatever. So like that's where I am. Like it's just weird and dark, and it just feels like a lot of things are happening that are just why are they happening, and like it's just triggered or whatever. But it's just like, oh, all right. But yeah, I'm only partially way through. I guess it's 6 or 7 episodes, right?
Right. It's 7 episodes total. But you have to remember that Donald Glover is the director. And if you're a fan of the Atlanta series that was on FX, it kind of has this same kind of feel to it where it's very surreal. It's very weird at times. It does actually, each episode is kind of preferenced with like the stuff in this is real, like it's happened in real life. It's not a work of fiction. So what they're trying to say is, and I did like a little backstory, a lot of the stuff that happens throughout the episodes have happened in real life. Now, I know that, Beyonce is clearly the inspiration for this, without a doubt. I would think that Beyonce signed off on this show right here because, they're talking about the swarm and everything. That's clearly a nod to Beyonce. They even like do some stuff, like they pay homage to stuff that has happened to Beyonce in real life. The incident of Jay-Z cheating on her, the bite. Remember the bite. If you all remember the bite, you will see this said in the episode. I saw
that.
Okay, so it's really dope. Even
maybe I watched 3 episodes.
Yeah, it's even. I'm not gonna ruin it, but I didn't realize Paris Jackson was in it, and so when I was like, oh damn, Paris Jackson's in it, and I went back to watch her scene. There was a funny gag that was just like, but you would miss it if you didn't know it was Paris Jackson, but her character said, oh yeah, well, I'm black. You're black? The girl was like, how are you black? She said, oh, well, my father's half black. That was kind of a nod to Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's clever. It's very brilliant and it's very smart. I want you all to watch it. And you have to put your phones down when you're watching it. Don't be texting. You have to really pay attention because you can miss some stuff. But it's such a dope show.
That's probably the way I was watching because I think I was watching part of the basketball game too, so I missed some of the whatever. Definitely, I do intend to finish it because I think I got like 3 or 4 more episodes to go or whatever. But yeah, man, it was weird. It's just like a lot of it, and I'm not a fan of ATL, not because I hate it, but because I never got a chance to watch it. On FX or whatever. So like I haven't seen a lot of Donald Glover's works or whatever, but I know like the things that I have seen and the projects that I have seen him, like he's like it ain't gonna be your typical stuff, and like sometimes I want to be spoon fed. Like you got to just give it to me and dumb it down for me or whatever. And Donald
he makes you think.
That's gonna make you think a little bit. So we know about that.
Yeah, definitely watch it, and if anything, watch it for the performance of Dominique Fishback. Again, she is one to watch, and I'm telling you, one day this young lady is going to win an Oscar because her performance was
she crazy.
She played crazy very well. She blew everybody away. She's excellent. Is
this her first role?
No, she played in what was the she's done a lot of stuff. She's like in her acting catalog is amazing. Like
her first big role.
No, her first big role was actually Judas and the Messiah.
Okay,
yeah, that was the Black Panther film. Yeah. So anyway, you all definitely be on the lookout for Swarm. Check out Swarm. It is a great show. Okay, what album? This is a debate right here. Said R&B album. That's so good that you always have to listen to it on blast all the time. Because I know you like R&B, I like R&B, and our viewers like R&B. So, what R&B album can you just put on blast and listen to it over and over and over again?
Let's start with the I guess it's not like it blurs the line or whatever. It's hip hop and R&B, but like the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, like and like I just love like where she's singing. I know she's raps a lot in that or whatever, but like I've always loved her voice and her cadence and her flow and like her talent with it. I think she's gonna be going on tour or doing something with Mary J. Blige or whatever, and I'm excited to see that she's continuing to mature and kind of getting out there, back out there, whatever. But that's definitely one album that's always top of mind for me. The other album, like when you say R&B, like my mind goes old school or whatever, and like and like she's current or whatever, like Off the Wall from Michael Jackson or whatever. Like I like that's loud as hell every time I'll play that or whatever. So like that's like it's just like those classics like that. There's a couple Earth, Wind, and Fire albums like that are always just loud because like the musicality and the band and stuff like that, along with the voices, just do something. Like it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
All those or whatever, but it's not really a style or era. But I always go back to like at least like the earliest is the 90s.
Okay. See, now I've been listening to like a lot of old school, like 80s and 70s now. So I've been on some Patrice Rushen. I've been on Loose Ends. I've been on Soul to Soul. I still love my Jill Scotts, my Erykah Badu. But I mean, like I'm kind of all over the place. Like Summer Walker. I love R&B. So I know the question was like just that one. I don't really have a one because I'm a music head. So, but I've been listening to like just Curtis Mayfield, like Frankie Beverly and Maze. I've been going back lately because a lot of spots that I go to here in Atlanta, they're on the retro now. So they're doing like a lot of 80s and 70s vibe.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's kind of where I am. Let us know what you all are listening to on in the chat with Everybody Mad Live podcast. Said, I know we're running short on time. We don't have to necessarily do, we can finish it all out. Because that was the clip of the micromanaging. I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh, do I have the clip? Yeah, I got it.
This is how everybody should react when they're being micromanaged on the job. I'm just going to set the clip up right here.
Wednesday. Now, today is a very serious topic for micromanagers. If you give me a task and then you come back and question me about such tasks 5 times a day, and I'm underpaid, I'm going straight to Indeed on company time. Join me tomorrow for Get Somebody Else to Do It Thursday.
That's what I do. I stop. I stop. Like I absolutely positively always refuse to be micromanaged in anything, and that ain't work or whatever. Like that's at home too. If I'm in here cooking and like I'm in the middle of like seasoning like the beef or like maybe I'm doing something quick and simple like spaghetti or chili or something like that or whatever. So I'm just very starting or whatever, and I'm just browning the ground beef or whatever, and I get the ground beef or whatever, and then I start doing this or whatever, and then I put in my little toppers or whatever, and then you come in and you start doing stuff. I will leave the kitchen. You got it. I don't know. Like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. If you gonna do it, well, you do it. So like I don't believe in this 2 cooks in the kitchen sort of thing, because it always kind of ends up being worse than what it is. Whatever. Like somebody needs to do it, and then that person needs to do it. Yeah. Like if you're gonna keep checking me at work about this job, then you might need to do it, because it's clearly very, very important for you to get done in the manner in which you want it to be done. Right. And if you need to have it done in that particular way or whatever, and we're not a non-scientific or like a mechanical sort of thing to where like it matters or whatever. Like I've always said, it don't matter what way we take to drive to get to a destination. Like there are multiple ways to get to the destination or whatever. So like as long as it's not breaking processes that are critical to something performing or to something working and stuff like that or whatever, like something mission critical, whatever. But like if it's like, nah, like I like this report this way, or well, you do it. You do it.
I know.
You do it.
Yeah, man. Micromanagers are the worst. I used to have one supervisor was horrible back in the day, and he would be like, even if I step out, he'd be like, "Where are you going? Where am I going? That's none of your business where I'm going." Like this is outside of the radio station, you know. So yeah, I've dealt with it before, and again, I'm big on boundaries, so I pull them aside and be like, "Yo, what I do outside the radio station is none of your business."
Right.
Period. That's it.
Have you had to pull any bosses aside?
Yes. Yeah. I've done that several times, and then to the point where I have to pull them aside because I know they play dirty, and then they try to go back and do like an email or something like that. So I have to do it in front of HR.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, that's how it was. All right, let's see. Oh, yo, the big news here in the ATL. Well, not even in Atlanta, but just in the world of entertainment is that Tyler Perry and Diddy are seeking to buy a majority stake in BET, making it officially a Black-owned network because, as we all know, BET is under the Viacom umbrella right now. So they're saying that they're trying to buy. It's going to be BET Plus and also VH1, Tyler Perry or Diddy. Who would you like to see said?
No, like neither one of them. Byron Allen, like the black man that has successfully owned cable networks before. I guess Tyler Perry got his kind of relationship with Oprah or whatever. But no, like let Byron, the man from Detroit, who understands all, like he's on the Weather Channel and some cable channels and is building a black empire already or whatever. That's the man I would think that would be better than the both of them because he's capable of why somebody put Medea. Byron, Medea. Yeah, like I prefer Byron Allen to all three of them.
Yeah, I think that I understand now. It would be dope if Tyler did it. That would be amazing. But I could see that Byron would be like non-biased. Like it would come from a situation where like he's not going to just have all of his shows, the haves and have-nots and all these shows like on BET, 24 hours a day and all these reruns and stuff. So I understand that. But, either way it goes, it will be just a good look, for a black man to have his own network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. So
good luck to whoever gets it. But I really hope it's Byron because he know what to do.
Yeah, there it is. Well, we know what. Aside from Swarm, I know everybody knows that I'm watching Swarm. I'm trying to think of something else that I've been watching on TV. It's pretty much been Swarm. I watched Swarm, so that's pretty much what I've been watching.
I watched I guess Bravo is recycling some people, whatever. Maybe it's to test them out or whatever. But like, they're doing that little house trip or girls trip or something like that for the housewives or whatever. So they got a new edition that just came out or whatever. I don't know how I ended up watching it. But it was the ex-wives club basically. So like it was not ex-wives of husbands or whatever, because some of them were married, but it's like housewives that have been kicked off or not have their contract renewed by Bravo. So it was Eva from Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay.
Phaedra from Housewives of Atlanta, and then they had about 5 of the white ladies who I
don't that's an old one. Said that came out last year.
Did it?
Yeah, I think they're up to a new one. They have a new one that's coming out with Portia.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I ain't seen that, so I'm behind. Well, yeah. So I ended up watching that. So that's what I was watching. In addition to basketball, because we're still winning the University of South Carolina Gamecocks. So that's all I watch. I'm actually planning to go to Dallas for the Final Four.
Me too.
So I'll be down in Dallas actually next week. So we ain't gonna have no show. Well, I'll be here, but yeah, we ain't gonna have no show next week.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because I know you're gonna be doing your thing. I might pop in and come check you out.
Okay, I'll be around that area.
Yeah. Dallas is on and popping, man. I love Dallas. So with that being said, we appreciate you all checking us out. Everybody Mad Live Podcast. We're here on Thursdays. Normally we're here every Thursdays, 8 o'clock. We're live again on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitter. And you can find us on all podcast streaming platforms. So shouts out to everybody on Apple and iHeart and Spotify that rocks with us all the time.
Yes, sir. And thank you for the live audience. I actually had a lot of comments coming in from our YouTube platform.
What's up, Sean?
being a part of our YouTube platform and checking in with there. You can always be a part of the show by visiting us on the link tree right there. And the link, I'm going to put it in the comments too, so that way you can just click on it. You ain't got to type nothing. So it's in the comments of all the shows. You can always click on that so you can subscribe to the Everybody Mad podcast on YouTube, so you can always reminded about stuff, and then you'll see new clips once they're added as well. But thank you again for being a part of this show. We'll see you in April. Have a good spring.